matters. Every seat matters in those stands. It matters when we have the ball that you're kind of quiet. And it matters when they have the ball. We want to be blasting them out of here right now. We don't want to be able to communicate. We need that to help win the ball game. Our new Center of Excellence is coming. How exciting is that? Dirt work being broke, I don't care when it's being broke. As long as it's being broke and I got something to sell those recruits on that's coming, it's going to be a great thing for UTSA and San Antonio. So that's why I wanted to come. That's why I wanted to be here. I'm just being very honest with you. How did I get here? Let me say this. There's one last piece, and I almost forgot it. The most important piece. I say that quite a bit. The THSCA, the coaches in this community. The reason I am the way I am, from Frank Arnold to D.W. Rutledge to Dennis Parker to Danny Long to Jeff Traylor, it's all we know. It's Thursday morning when Dr. Compost and I go 5 miles down the road to San Marcos, and we meet the THSCA and their board of directors. She's going to see why I am the way I am, why he is the way he is. It was his vision all those years ago that made the THSCA so powerful and about the right stuff. From boot camp to Indian makers to road runner makers, I still use this man's character traits that he wrote 20-something years ago. My former players that are now coaches that are here, my former assistants that are here, people that came in here hours, we use those same character traits. I could get him up here right now, and he could tell you, and my kids have heard me say it 1,000,000 times, about how the Arabian stallion was made, and the hair on your head, even mine, would stand up, and you'd be ready to run through a wall for D.W. Rutledge. I promise you. The coaches that have come into our state of Texas that have embraced that culture, they've absolutely killed it. And I'm going to brag on a man right now. Matt Rule at Baylor has totally embraced our culture. He has called me. I've not worked for Coach Rule. He just knows I'm a Texas high school football coach at heart. Every job interview I've ever had, he calls me. He's going to play Oklahoma for the Big 12 championship Saturday. He called me on a Wednesday night, gave me 3 hours of his time just to help me with my interview. That's embracing the Texas high school coaches culture. He's doing something for somebody else. It has no benefit to Matt Rule. He was doing that to help me. His assistant and loyal and dear friend of mine who I love so much, Joey McGuire, I'm rooting for the Baylor Bears like crazy because they represent what we are about. How did I get here? What a journey it's been. I got here because of my players. End of story. From Big Sandy, Texas, to Jacksonville, Texas, to Gilmer, Texas, to the University of Texas in Austin, to SMU, to Arkansas. And even the recruits, I'm known as a national recruiter. I'm known as a great recruiter. I didn't get all those players. You'd be shocked at how many kids I still communicate that I did not get. We have Irv Smith's brother on our team. Irv Smith decommitted to me from the University of Texas and went to Alabama. He's now with the Minnesota Vikings, second-round draft pick. He communicated with his brother, give this man a chance. I didn't know all those years ago that by me treating Irv great was going to end up me benefiting by being the head coach at UTSA and make one more kid believe in me. So my players, I can't tell you enough how much it means. When I interviewed for jobs all those years ago, they've heard me tell you a million times. We get so many boys. How many men do we make? How many men do we make? That's our real record. D.W. Rutledge was 198-31, played in 7 state championships. He won 4. That's not what he wants to be known for. I have an unbelievable record too. I don't care. I've coached thousands of boys. How many men have I made? That's what a ball coach is. And it's not my job to make them men. It's my job just to help them get there. It's just my job to help, to assist to get them there. I heard him say, President Amy said, student success. That is student success. When you're measuring student success, and what I believe with all my soul, and which I've been taught, when you do the right things enough times, and you stack those days on top of each other, results come. The winning comes. You heard what Rad said about his teams. They knocked the snot out of you. They were tough, but they did it within the rules of the game. That's such a lasting impression. That's what he talked about more than anything else. That's what he remembered. That's powerful. That's powerful. The only reason I brought it up here, I responded to 650 texts yesterday. I'm 808 away from getting done. Those are all former players and coaches, Texas high school coaches, college coaches, friends, and I'm going to get back to every one of you. I mean that. It might take me till May, but I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. My phone's never had it. You ever call people and their voicemail's full? Isn't that annoying? Mine's that way today. I apologize. I got to delete a bunch of messages so I can get that done. My former administrators. The first one that hired me, sitting here today, Danny Long, took me out of Big Sandy, Texas. I thought Big Sandy was the place I was going to die, and I was fired up about it. I was excited. And he called me and told me, I've got 3 great quarterbacks. We're fixing to win a bunch of ball games here in Jacksonville, named Randy McCowan, Josh McCowan, and Luke McCowan. And all those men over there, they got all those rings on and all that winning. It's because of boys like those McCowans and that made us coaches look very smart. So grateful, Coach. Love you. You know I do. Thank you for being here. Dr. Larry Bennett, who gave me my first job, gave me a 30-minute interview. It went 4.5 hours. We barely got me hired, but we got me hired. We did get me hired. Rick Albritton, we got Dr. Bennett where he could retire when he wanted to. That's what all of us coaches want to do, is get our administrators where they can do what they want to do. And he said it, we're the front porch of the school. We are everywhere we've ever been. That's really all I wanted to do for those men. I wanted Rick Albritton and Dr. Larry Bennett, when they walked around, that piece was taken care of. All they heard was great things. I know I made their life better for that. We built field houses, turf, new stadiums, baseball fields, girls' facilities. We built more stuff, no bond money. Just found a way to get it done. And I'm grateful for you for being here, Mr. Albritton. It means the world to me. Mike Perrin, the athletic director at Texas, so fantastic to me. Rick Hart at SMU, treating me amazing. All those guys had an instrumental role in me getting the job today. Hunter Yurchek, the athletic director at Arkansas, huge in getting me here today. Charlie Strong, believing in me. I was never leaving Gilmer either. It was just like Danny Long, just a lot longer. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay, and he wouldn't let me. He just talked me out of it, and I loved helping coach along the way. Chad Morris, another Texas High School Coaches Association member who I have great respect for, brought me to SMU in Arkansas with him, and all my assistants who came here today. I've never felt like I worked. They worked for me. I've never felt that way. And I think all of them would say the same thing about me. He's easy to follow. He's just hard to please. And I just feel they would all say it. They know I love them. When I was getting ready for my interview, culture means something to me, and I'm going to hit it real fast. I know I'm only supposed to go 8 minutes, but dadgummit, we're all stripped today. I text them all, and I said, men, let's talk culture. You know when you know culture is really working? When we're all speaking the same language. That's when we know it's working. When we're all speaking the same. All the men on the group text said the exact same words. It empowered me like you'll never know. That here I am up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and coaches in East Texas that I've worked with saying the exact same words I've said for years. They were probably all their words, probably all Coach Rutledge's words, and we just all moved them around through the years. What can you expect from me? I told you when I was up that night, I didn't sleep that night. I watched the Alamo, and I mean it. Travis said, cross the line if you want to get in. Out of 180 of them, 179 of them walked across. I need every one of you to cross the line with me. I need you to believe it. I need you to get on board with me. Your time, your money, if it's only $1, if it's only a minute, I need it. If it's just a letter to my players, I need it. If it's just a Twitter follow, a like, I need it. I need your help. Draw the line. Cross it with me. I'll go on another hour about what I mean by that, but you don't want to hear all that right now. Culture, I'm going to hit it real fast. This is who we are. Pinky finger. I bet my guys here can already remember it. Integrity. Ring finger. Passion. Middle finger. Mental and physical toughness. Index finger. We're going to be selfless. My guys right now play for me. They can do all this right now. Perfect effort. Believe in those 5 things. Bring the fist together. Pound the fist. Trust the process. Go 1-0 today. There's no secrets. Beat them every day. Win today. We won today. Our men today, we met for 17 minutes and 40 seconds, and we won that day. And we're going to keep winning. And when you stack great day on top of great day on top of great day, you look up and you're a champion. And everybody wants to know how you get there. There's no magic pill. If there's a magic pill, every coach would win all the games. You just take the pill, swallow it, and you'd be a champion. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of work, a lot of sweat, a lot of blisters, a lot of griping, a lot of fussing, a lot of coaches hating Coach Traylor. But what are they going to say? Hey, easy to follow, hard to please. That's who I am. That's what we can expect. I'm going to embrace the culture of San Antonio. I can't wait to get out there amongst it. I need to be showed where to go. I need to be told what to do, where to eat. But right from the jump, when I got there last night, there was chips and hot sauce in my room. I'm not kidding you. I opened the bag up. I got the chips out, and I went straight country, no bowl. I'm talking about right out of the container and just ate. Well, I'm already off to a great start. Thank you so much for doing that for me. Here's where you don't mess up. And this is where I stayed on script, even though I didn't want to. My wife, Carrie, 28 years. Better talk about her. Hotter than fish grease, right down in the front row. My 3 children. My wife and I, we probably messed up things up along the way. Marriage is, we're in there together. We're 2 strong wills. We can go at each other like 2 rams. Where we were fantastic, our 3 children are off the chart. We've never had a disagreement on how to raise our children. It's been a blessing, and we were blessed by the good Lord above for our 3 children. Jordan couldn't be here today. If they would have won last week, the Saints might have let him off. But he wasn't going to go to Coach Payton and get asked off after they come off a loss. So he's with the New Orleans Saints. I've got Jake, who Texas A&M, just got an internship with the Today Show. He's been a student body president. He's been the state FFA president. I mean, you name it, this kid's done it. And my daughter, JC, who's at the Mays Business School, she's so fired up. I'm working for a woman athletic director. You have no idea. She can't wait to meet Dr. Campos. She can't wait. She's fired up about that. President Amy, thank you for believing in me. You had me at hello. I mean it. I don't know many presidents that ask you what book you're reading right now. It just so happened I was reading The Circle Maker by Mark Batterson. Read the book. It'll explain to you why I'm here today. Read the book. His wife, Peggy, already just making me feel so welcome, taking care of my wife. Thank you so much. Dr. Campos, I'm going to do everything in my power that all those words you said come true for you, because I know you believed in me, and I'll be forever grateful, just like those men back there did for me about 20 years ago, and they're glad they made the decision too, I think. San Antonio fans, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you one at a time, just one at a time. I'm going to meet you, and I'm terrible. I'm going to keep wanting to know your name. I'm going to ask you 25 times what your name is. I want to know your name. I don't like being referred to as, hey, ball coach, hey, head coach. Man, know my name, Jeff Traylor. It matters. Finishing up, we do look forward to being the front porch of UTSA. I mean that. I love his vision. We look forward to that, to the city of San Antonio. But we need your help. We need all of your help. Help me draw the line. I need every one of you to cross that line with me, and let's get this thing where we need it to be. You understand me? Road runners. Birds up, birds up, birds up.
1, 2. Are you ready to play football for this guy?
Imagine they are.
All right. We're going to visit here for a few minutes and ask him a few questions before we move on with the rest of the program. And all of the fans that are here today are going to have an opportunity in a few minutes to take a picture with Coach Traylor and meet him.
Can I cut in just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Off script again?
Absolutely.
Dr. Compost, we went over that so many times. Anything that I forgot, if you could just text me, because I'm sure there's somebody I forgot and I'm going to feel terrible about it. So just give me the old text and, okay, anything I messed up, just get me. She's been unbelievable the whole time. She had enough of me the other day, and like all my other bosses had, she just finally got to be the boss. She just told me to stand up and practice. So I said, yes, ma'am, and we got to stand up and practicing. Anyway, enough of that.
Awesome. Welcome to San Antonio. I know a lot of people are fired up about it. Tell us again what intrigued you about coming to UTSA and taking a part of this great university.
I'm in it from the jump. President Amy and Dr. Compost, they had me at hello. Their passion was unbelievable. I'd always circled this place as a place I thought they could just do it whatever we wanted to do. And as coaches, we've all done it our whole lives. We look out and we see where the great jobs are. And we know as coaches that when our players are better than the opponent's players, we're a lot smarter than the other coach is. And I thought and felt, and I do believe strongly, we can get better players here. I just felt like and guess what? If we get better players, we're going to have more fans, we're going to have more championships, we're going to have more fun. Their vision's true. And the way you get there is what Coach Rutledge said. It's about making boys to men. And it's not the song, but it's a great song if you want to look it up. How many men can we make out of our boys? And I'm telling you right here, my very first quarterback I ever coached in my life, Olin Johnson, when I was a nobody. Just like you guys right here, Olin Johnson, who's here, he was y'all. He believed in me before anybody else should have believed in me. We'd go to camps, 2 hours. He won 6 games by himself. Yeah, I know you're disappointed in that, but that's the first winning record they'd had in a long time. We won 6 games, and I won them off his back. That kid won 6 games for me by myself. That's why I'm here. I believe we can do all that here.
A lot of college football offenses look like video games these days with all the points being scored. Give us an idea what the UTSA offense is going to look like under your coaching and staff.
When you least expect it, expect it. I'm not going to go by the book. I'm not going to look at some analytics that tell me when to go for it. I'm not going to look at somebody to tell me we're going to do what you're probably not supposed to do because that's how you win the ball game. You got to have the courage to make the call when you know everybody else might be a little scared. So, I'm not telling you it's going to be insanely crazy, but expect the unexpected. We won't ever do something because we're fearful of somebody second-guessing us. We're playing to win the game. They keep score. We're playing to win the game. So it's going to be exciting, fast-paced. We're going to throw the ball down the football field, a lot of screen game, move the pocket around, vertical, horizontal stretches. We're going to have it, and we're going to be a little bit more multiple, a little more personnel groups. I got to look at my players. What do they do? The game's about them. What do they do well? I'm going to ask them. I've already asked a couple of them. I asked Stick earlier what his favorite route was. He likes all the routes. Whatever ball gets in the ball, he says that's what he wants to run. So I'm going to talk to them, communicate with them. We're setting up one-on-one meetings right now, and I'm going to get back to you, men. I know you're texting me, and we're going to sit down. We're going to talk. I'm going to listen. I'm going to see what they do well. And my job as a leader, like all their guys are, what we do well, let's maximize. What we don't do well, let's minimize. That's what leadership is. So I'm going to try to put those guys in the best positions possible and showcase their talent and get after it soon.
I've been to the pleasure of being at every stadium in Conference USA. This is by far the best one. We don't have to worry about weather. We don't have to worry about sight lines, and it's loud in here no matter how many people are in here. So easy to recruit to, I would think, right?
No doubt, no doubt. We talked about that earlier with the Center of Excellence coming, plus the great facility of the Alamo Dome. You got a lot. It's about recruiting, people. It's about recruiting. When we bring on our campus, we got a great city to sell. We've got a great facility to sell here. We got a great facility coming. It's recruiting. This business is about recruiting. And how do you recruit? It's relationships. You know why I get all those players? It's my former players. Every one of those guys today told me they talked to somebody that I've coached. It's about the players. All-state guard here. All-state corner here, all-state tailback here. Those guys didn't have to be here today. Those guys came here for many, many years ago. It's about the players, man. And it's going to always be about the players until they put me under the ground. And maybe one of them will show up for my funeral. We're going to go down swinging. I can promise you that.
All right, back in Texas. You're back in Texas where your roots are, and obviously everybody in the world comes to recruit here, so I know it's fun to be back home, isn't it?
Absolute blast. I'm so fired up to be back in our state. I'll just be honest with you, people. That outside of our state, there's a lot of them, they're really jealous of Texas because we're awful, awful proud. And you know what? We got a lot to be proud about. And I don't back down from it. I'm proud to be from the state. I respect players on our roster. Sticks from Louisiana, from New Orleans, and I'm going to love him like I love all of them. But I'm from the state, and I am so excited to be back. I just know so many. I have so many relationships. There's not going to be a player we're not going to look at and evaluate. And I'm going to promise the Texas High School Coaches Association, we can't take all your players. We can only sign 25. So I know some of you are going to get mad at me that I'm not taking your players. But I promise you, just like the THSCA has taught me, we will evaluate them. We'll put them on our board. We will recruit them, but we will be honest. We'll be transparent with the Texas high school football coach, and we will let them know where they truly are on our schedule instead of having kids commit and not getting back in touch with them, not taking the commitments. That's just bad ball. Those guys are tight now. You don't want them mad at you. If there is a problem, I'm going to get on the phone with them and do my best to explain it, and that's why I'm excited to be back in the great state of Texas.
You mentioned that you got 17 minutes and 40 seconds with the team today. What was your message to these guys out here and those that were in that meeting?
I told them the truth. They didn't choose me. They came to play for somebody else. I mean, I've heard Matt Rule talk about it. I've heard Colby Carthel talk about it. It's the truth, though. They didn't choose me. I chose them. They're going to have to figure me out. I want to figure them out. I just asked them to give me a chance. We went through our culture, us in the process, and see if we get that thing done. If you got enough Terrence Levy's out there, and Olin Johnson, and Randall Kennedy, and Barry Williams, you win championships. Some guys got rings on back there for a reason.
Speaking of recruiting, the first window's 8 days away, and then the rest of it's in February. So how do you get players here quickly?
We're on it. We're trying to see. We'll do official this weekend if we have to. We're going to be on the road, see how many kids we can get in here. If they want to get in here this weekend, we'll get it going this weekend. If we can't, we got to get those 13 kids, as many of them as we can. We got to get them on board, and whatever number we hit, we can't make the mistake of getting too upset if we don't sign a bunch of kids on Wednesday. We'll regather our troops, see what's out there, and by next February at the end of this thing, we'll have them so excited. We're going to be having kids jumping here like crazy, but I'm going to need those guys. I'm going to need those guys right there in the front helping me recruit because they're going to ask y'all, what's this guy really like? And you're going to just be able to say, for 17 minutes and 40 seconds, he was unbelievable, or whatever you thought. And then my 20 minutes up here, that's what he's been so far.
270 days till the first game. Got 9 months. What's the plan between now and September 5th?
It's going to sound like coach talk again, but it's that culture process. You got to get it in the kids. I got to get with my strength staff, and I got to get them stronger. I got to get them as much nutrition as we can get in their bodies. We want good weight on them. We want speed. We got to get those things into our roster immediately. Then we'll meet offensively, defensively, special teams to get all those things organized, find out where our players do what they do the best, and then we go to work. Before you know it, winter conditioning will be over. Before you know it, spring ball will be over. Before you know it, optional workouts in summer will be over. The guy that has the ability to know that day's coming, we're going to play LSU, that day's coming. You got to win today. If you win today and keep stacking them together, when you play LSU, you'll be the very best version you can be. And I know this. We got enough talent in this room. We got enough talent in this city, enough talent in this state. If we're the best version we can be of ourselves every time we go out there, we're going to win a bunch of smoking ball games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the coach of the UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor. We're going to start the meet and greet here in just a little bit, and you can also mingle and take pictures over here to our right. And
Bo Blair, I didn't see you there, brother. I got another player here, Bo Blair. You never want to start naming players. It's dangerous. Appreciate y'all being here.